We're back in the armchair sessions here at the Bayplex in Glace Bay. With me is former National Hockey League referee Don Koharski. Don, first of all, welcome to Glace Bay. I know you've had an exciting weekend.
Yeah, we've had a busy day today. It's nice being a Nova Scotia boy. Nice to get back here, and it's been good. Been welcomed here with open arms, and my hat's off to the people of Glace Bay for the hard work they put in to get us up here to get this done on development weekend.
Now, I know you and Jim Schoenfeld are pretty good friends now, but I don't think that was the case when he was the coach in New Jersey, and that specific night where I know there was ditto, and talking about donuts.
Like, have another donut, you fat pig?
Yeah.
I think that's what come out of his mouth.
How did that all, what happened? What was the play that caused all the problems?
Well, it's just emotions. They lost the hockey game. It was a playoff series. He wasn't happy with penalties at the end of the game that I gave him, and he unfortunately, his power play went 0 for 4 in the third period. And it's just trying to get an edge at our level, trying to get an edge for the next game. I believe it would have been game 5. And, you know, we thought he was gone. He wasn't gone. We were told he was gone. We walked out there, and then it happened. But you know what? I'm on the speaking tour now, and I love the man to death, so there's always something to talk about.
How long did it take for you and Jim to get over that?
Oh, maybe 2 days. Yeah, I had a celebrity pro-am golf tournament back in the day, and Jim come over a week later and played in our golf tournament. So. But you know, I always try to tell people, and as a parent, and I'm a parent of 2 boys, when something negative happens, you always have to try to put a positive spin on it going forward. And I've got to say, the National Hockey League, out of the 4 major sports, we had absolutely no security department in the National Hockey League then. None, 0. And since that day, we probably right now have the best security in the pro sports, the 4 major sports. We have a security department. Everyone hires local police officers in their buildings. So you know what, out of that, something good come out of that for the league. They've seen that they were behind in that area, so we got good security in the league as a part of it. Well,
we're doing this interview right now. There's a Cape Cougars game going on in the arena next door. We're on an intermission now. We've got some folks in the audience here. If you have any questions for Don Koharski, there's a microphone out in the chair out here. If you haven't, anyone has a question for Don, talk about the National Hockey League, or any question you have, we'd be more than happy to answer. And I think
and our job as officials is to make that a safe playing environment for your children, grandchildren, whatever the case may be, that they feel that they're in a safe playing environment. We do it at the National Hockey League level, and that's what we preach in the minor hockey league level, is to make it a safe playing environment. And that's by using the rules, knowing the game, knowing the teams, the coaches, do the best they can. It's it's the most difficult sport to referee in the world. It's fast, you're always open, everything is judgment, and there's just so many gray areas. Unless you've officiated any sport, you really don't have a feel for what they're going through or how difficult it is. But I think, you know, we don't want to be liked. If you're looking to be liked out there for the next 60 minutes, it's not going to happen. But you want to just gain the participants' respect for that 60 minutes. Be the best you can for 60 minutes. You might be bad 3 games from now, but today go out and work hard and be the best you can for that 60-minute game, so at the end of the game there's justice done. I hope that answers your question.
Is there a us against them psyche with the officials? Like when you're going from city to city, you've got 40 different players playing in the next game, 40 game down the road. So is there that us against them kind of deal when you go to the ice, or is there a give and take?
Oh no, that's not us against them. It's our guys. I mean, Matt McPherson's here, and he knows that we tell our guys, hopefully we get back to work here. Matt's first game in the National Hockey League is his first of 72 auditions to make our playoff team. Basically, that's what we, as coaches, I'm an officiating manager now in the National Hockey League, a coach. The boys call me Coach Coho. I like that because that's my passion. But Matt, when we get started, we'll have 72 auditions to make our 20-man playoff team on the linesman side. So he's got one of 72 auditions, and that's basically the bottom line, is that you want to make our playoff team.
So you're looking for a job description, or you're designing a job description for an official, okay? Not for the playoffs, but a guy that you want in the National Hockey League. So Don Koharski has to come up with the job description. Give me the 5 key requirements for an official to make it in the NHL.
Well, we as a group, just not Don Koharski, but we have a group. Our guys are lucky now. We have Bill McCurry's and Rob Schicks and Mick Magoo's and Kevin Collins are all in my position now as coaches. I wish I had that coaching when I came up through the ranks. But we just, we have our young guys like Matt, realistically. Matt, as we tell our young referees, Matt's going to go out his first 2 seasons and show us that he can work 142 games, and he's going to go work every game as a playoff game to show us that, A, he's learning the pro game. It's just not about offsides and icings. He's got to learn the pro way and getting accepted by our players at our level. I joked earlier with the group, but I really believe this: thick skin, good sense of humor, and probably the most important one that might address what you said earlier is short memory. So you're not game to game saying, I'm going to get you, I told you next week I'm going to get you in Detroit. So short memory, just take care of things that you can control for your 72 games. Listen to your coaching, read your emails, pay attention to details.
We have a question from one of the younger fry here at the Bayplex.
Do you miss coaching?
Do I miss refereeing? Yeah, no, I refereed for pro hockey for 34 plus years. When I retire, yes, I miss it, absolutely. But what I miss is just the camaraderie, the fun with the guys, and being part of the National Hockey League Officials Association. I'd be lying to you if I told you I didn't miss it, but I'm a very fortunate, lucky guy that the league hired me back as a coach and a manager, so I still have the opportunity to work with these gentlemen on a managerial side, which some nights are good nights, and some nights we have to have some meetings that aren't good nights, but it's at the end of the day, it's to make them better.
If they give you another opportunity, would you take it?
I am way too old. Way too old, but that's a good question. My opportunity now and my passion now is giving back. And I enjoy what I do now as a coach and a mentor. I still go to the back door of 30 arenas in the National Hockey League, and they're still welcoming me into the building. So that's a pretty cool thing to have.
Is that a key? You mentioned the word passion. Is that key? Randy and Matt and yourself here this weekend, in Glace Bay. But do you have to have that passion for the game to keep doing what you're doing, besides doing the National Hockey League?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. That's what makes the elite the elite. People have to understand there's 32 linesmen, 32 referees in the world today that referee in the National Hockey League. That's a tough lineup to get into. That's the 31st team in the National Hockey League. You try to make that hockey team. That's just, they're freaks. They're freaks. You have no idea what it takes to get there. So it's kind of cool. I always say to kids, like I told the young kids today in our clinic here at Development Weekend here in Glace Bay, I said, all you young guys that are still playing hockey, and I'm a positive guy, I said, none of you is going to make the National Hockey League as a player. There's 10 million out there playing the game worldwide. It's less than 1% that somebody in this room is going to make it as a player. So go to the dark side. Go to officiating, focus on that full time. But the secret to making the transition from a player to an official is the passion that you have to play the game. Take that same passion, find a way to bring that passion when you go out and officiate, and you'll be successful at officiating.